David John Kassan is an internationally recognized contemporary American painter, best known for his life-size representational paintings, which combine figurative subjects with abstract backgrounds. Kassan's work is best classified as social documentary painting due to the importance and relevance of the subjects he chooses to represent.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty deep. I mean, it's a multifaceted answer that's pretty... I mean, there's a lot of levels to it. It's being sustainable as an artist. Like, so when I was painting a certain subject matter and my paintings would fly out of the gallery. Now I'm painting Holocaust survivors only for the last 2 years. And I don't make as much money on it's funny, the prices of the paintings have gone up because the gallery feels that they're more meaningful paintings. Right. But then we sell a lot less, and I'm not even interested in selling them right now, so I'm actually in a spot where I want to look for grants from nonprofits to be able to fund my artwork. The projects I've done, yeah, definitely totally diversified myself. I love the idea of artists as an inventor, thinking about smarter ways to be able to paint. And that's where the parallel palette came out of. And I love the idea of, it's funny, even as a painter, I love doing stuff that I used to do at the agency, the graphic design and all that stuff and tech. And I have ideas for startups, that I wanted to do based on street art and just all these really cool ideas that I get involved in, and then they take me away from the painting. So lately I've just been wanting to focus on painting. And the parallel palette was fun. I mean, we raised a lot of money on Kickstarter to get them made in China through injection molds. And I'm not sure where that's going to go. It hasn't been a moneymaker. Like it's been sustainable in itself. And I haven't really done much with that in over a year. I had a business partner that actually just handed over everything to me because he wasn't making very good money off of it, and so he was like, I'm going to give you all of this to cover the expenses that you had before Kickstarter. And so that hasn't been super successful. The product's great, and it's exactly what I dreamed it to be. And all of that. So I'm partnering with a distribution company now to get it in all the stores like Dick Blick and all those, where I don't really have to do any of the work at all. Everything will just be, I'll just be getting a check every month. And so that's one way. The idea of passive income, where you work up front for maybe some like sweat equity, like I'll film a DVD on how to paint, and that might take me, I take a long time on everything I do because I want it to be I micromanage myself on everything. And so a DVD might take 4 or 5 months to film, edit, and produce. And maybe it costs $30,000 up front to do that and time. But I know that if I sell 2,000 of these in the next year or two, at $100 each, I'll make my money back plus, so those are kind of projects that I try to invest time in. And so I have two DVDs out. Now I'm looking to figure out the best way to stream them, because I never wanted to make them downloads because I like the idea of the artist's book and having something physical, because I feel like we're losing that today. And maybe I'm just old fashioned holding onto a typewriter, So I'm like, let's figure out the best way to stream them now. And, which is why I'm looking for a WordPress guy, and, which we were talking about before. And, so that's one thing I'm kind of moving towards, making it, downloadable, the DVDs, and film another DVD. I want it to be about hands, 'cause I love painting hands. And I want to incorporate, some of the survivors maybe that I'm painting also more as a instructional documentary or just a documentary. So that's one thing that I enjoy doing. Also, I enjoy making films about art. I have a foundation I started that I used to teach a lot more also. Well, everything should be framed, I guess. In the next 2 years, I'm working towards having a big solo exhibition in Los Angeles at the Fisher Museum of Art, which is in partnership with the Shoah Foundation, which is Steven Spielberg's foundation that he started to collect testimony. and present testimony from Holocaust survivors and now genocide survivors from all over the world, to creatively showcase them. They're helping me out with some funding, and they're like right off. The Fisher Museum is on USC's campus, and so is the Shoah Foundation. And so we're having a big exhibition where I have the entire museum that I have to fill. So I have to paint a lot more than I usually do. Usually I finish 3 or 4 paintings a year. I'm trying to finish 20 paintings, I think.
Wow.
And one of them's an 18 by 8 foot high painting by 18 feet long of 11 survivors of Auschwitz that I'm working on in the studio here in Albuquerque.